Circle of fifths magic. How to use the circle of fifths for scales and modes. We know we get the major scale and its modes by using this graph, but what if we draw other graphs? What do we get? What if we draw symmetrical shapes? Do we get special scales? Of course! That's what I'm about to show you. First, remember the amount of vertices in the graph is the amount of notes in the scale or structure, as we should call it from now on. Let's choose a nice equilateral triangle and see what happens. So this is an augmented triad. It splits the 12 notes exactly into 3 parts. In C, the augmented triad is C, E, and A flat, or G sharp. If we put the notes in ascending order, we get 3 consecutive major thirds. And the degrees are 1, 3, and sharp 5, which are also the chord tones for the chord, since this structure is a chord on itself. Let's listen to it. And the chord. But there's something very particular about this structure. Notice how there are 3 notes, but only 4 transpositions, and only 1 mode. If you thought you could always transpose a structure to all 12 keys, you were wrong. Although it is true that you can talk about the C augmented triad, or the E augmented triad, or the A flat augmented triad, it is also true that they are all the same, exactly as G sharp is the same note as A flat. Let's turn the outside wheel to see the property of limited transpositions. So we are in C, and the notes are C, E, and A flat. We change to F, and we get F, A, and D flat. Then B flat, D, and G flat, E flat, G, and B, and then A flat, C, and E, which is the same 3 notes we started with. Then we get D flat, F, and A, which is the second set. G flat, B flat, and D, the third set. B, D sharp, and G, fourth set. D sharp is E flat. E, G sharp, and C, back to the first set. G sharp is A flat, and so on. We are back in the C augmented triad. As you can see, all 12 augmented triads belong to one of these 4 sets here. So there are only 4 possible transpositions of the augmented triad where the notes create a new set. Now for the cool part of this structure. Let's find the other modes. So we turn the inner wheel to get other modes, right? Here we go. Nothing happens! When I turn the inner wheel, the graph turns by moving the next node at the top. So the node in A flat goes to C. C moves to E, and E moves to A. So there's no change. The augmented triad is such a symmetrical structure that there's only one possible mode. If you are wondering about how many symmetrical structures have only one mode, I'll show you. These 4 structures are the only ones in music with one mode only: the augmented triad, the diminished 7th, the whole tone scale, and the chromatic scale. And here are the structures with only 2 modes. Once we get to 3 modes, then almost all of the structures with 3 notes will still have 3 possible modes. But there are some structures with more than 3 notes that still have 3 modes only, like the Messiaen 2 Truncated or the Raga Nilangi India. Let's load it. Here's the source scale. Listen. And the next mode is the Raga Nilangi India M3. The next mode is Raga Induptiya India. Listen. But wait, there's even more of circle fifths magic. Let's go back to the Ionian or major scale. We know this graph represents